talk about using your food processor. So we have the finger guard slash food guide, which slides all the way on here, and you can pop this up and put smaller foods there and simply have this between your fingers and the food. I find I get better control in front. This upper part is called the hopper. When it's new, it's very tight, so what you don't want to do is think that you can carry it simply by the upper part, because sooner or later this part does come apart. You don't want that on your toes or on your tile floor. So first you want to suction this down. It needs to be a smooth, flat surface, avoiding cracks, and you can see that's not going anywhere. Now to release it easily, and let me put this on, and then the handle goes in the back. You just drop it in place, got a curve. So to release this easily, you just break the suction, and it's a really easy release. So let's talk about the different cones. We're going to start with the number 1 cone. It's your shredder. It's the smallest cut. This is great for doing things like de-stringing celery. So again, we're going to pop this up, take the celery, we're going to run it in the back, and what this does is if you have people who don't like the stringy part, just pull the strings out through the back and down below, and you've got the celery without the strings. Now you see the inside's nice and smooth, all right, so you can get everything out. People say, can you cut yourself? Well, we don't recommend it, but don't be afraid of it, do respect it. I'm gonna put my hand right on the cone and I'm turning. All it does is kind of tickle me in an irritating way. What you don't want to do is put your finger straight at the top, because that's where the cutting takes place. So watch when I take, well, let me do another good number 1 cut, radishes. So I'm just putting my fingers here and I'm just holding it in place. And are you zooming in here to see this? So I'll do another one. So I'm holding it in place and I'm just releasing it and just keep turning. It stays up there, guide it in. Let me do another one. I'm going to take 2. I rest my fingers up here. You got a good angle? And I'm just resting my fingers slightly and just barely touching it, and then out it comes. So it's really easy. Let's do garlic. Garlic, this I buy peeled garlic, so it's a nice small clove. I don't do it horizontal because it'll slip through the crack too fast, so I hold it vertical. It's not a dense food, so all I have to do is with my finger pressed against here and my finger on top, just holding it in place, I just lightly touch it and I have got minced garlic. Okay, to put this on, let me explain what I do. I'm going to switch to the number 2 cone, which is your stringer. So you see there's a hole and then there's these openings. The openings go where the teeth are, and just kind of center so that the edge of this is with the edge of the hopper, and you're going to go clockwise and you'll feel the teeth grab in to the holes, and then you're on. To take it off, just push the handle down counterclockwise and it's released. So we'll put it on, put it off, on, off. So now let's do something that's good for stringing. Let's do a carrot. Like let's say you're going to make a salad. So we're just going to get this really nice, this is great for coleslaw, things like that. This is also a great cone to use for cheese. So shred cheese like for an omelet or your Mexican dish. And you can see how the cheese comes out really nice. The harder you push, the thicker it comes out. Let's say you wanted a very fine cheese. So we go back to the number 1 and you get a very nice light shredded up cheese. And this is very elegant if you want the lighter touch. Another great thing for the number 2 cone is hash brown potatoes. Look at how fast that's done. And see how I just let go at the end? And there we go. Hash brown potatoes. So now I've got the number 3, which is the French fry cutter. This is great for doing your cantaloupe and things like that. What I'm going to do here is do an onion. So I've cut the onion tips off, cut the onion in half. The important thing is hold the onion flat against the food guide. You don't want to cut with the layers because it'll kind of take the layers apart. You want to cut through the layers. So this way you won't cry. So just hold it in place. See how my hands are. And I'm just lightly touching it now, and it goes through. And there you've got a chopped onion in seconds and no tears. So let's do a potato on the French fry cutter. So here we go. And then I'm going to turn it this way. And so what I'm doing, I'm just kind of holding it, let it go. And we got French fried potatoes. Now, this is interesting. Let's go to the number 4. 4 is your straight edge slicer. So put this on. I'll show you something interesting. You can make potato chips. I want to show you something. This is great for cutting your cucumbers, mushrooms, things like that. I want you to look into the light. Can you zoom in on that? Do you see the ring of nutrients that are just inside the skin, that dark shadow? That's why they say the nutrition is mostly in the skin and just below. You can literally see it. This is the number 5 cone, which is our waffle cut. So we're going to do a zucchini. And you can see how nicely that cuts. This is a great thing to do with Granny Smith apples, which are really low in sugar because they're so pretty and they look like potato chips to the kids. My kids and the neighborhood kids love these all the time. Now for cleaning, simply shake this in your soapy sink water, nice and hot, and it's already clean. Spin it on your hand with running water, ready to go for the next job. Super easy. Don't use a dishwasher, it ruins even the best of knives.